Digital economics is arising. Business are leveraging their marketing through video and photo, and even contents. Halos lahat ng tao ay gumagamit na ng modern approach to convey their message in social media. Wherein, kung nasaan ng crowd, nandoon ang pera. Hello, my name is Almira and I am a freelancer, photographer and videographer, and also content creator in the making. So, camera choice is very crucial in this kind of business or career. Kaya, you have to understand ano ba yung mga kailangan i-consider when choosing a camera. And also in today's video, I'm going to share to you my latest camera na nabili ko, which is the a6700 from Sony. So, pag-uusapan po natin dito sa video rin na to, ang importance ng digital media in businesses and survival. What camera to use if you want to become a freelancer or creator, difference between DSLR and mirrorless camera, quick specs to consider in choosing your camera based on your need / mag-unboxing nga tayo, types of business to start as photographer or videographer. So, without further ado, let's dive into the video. So, every small or big business nowadays are using social media as their platform to market their product or services. Small man yan or big man yan, ginagamit pa rin ang social media. At alam nyo ba na in social media, we have 3 form of mediums. We have the text, we have the video, and we have the photo. Majority of this enticing or persuasive na mga content, ginagamitan siya ng photo or video. Konti na lang yung gumagamit ng text form dahil mas alam nila na attentive ang mga tao kapag nakakapanood or nakakita ng photo or video. Even yung mga personal brand out there is becoming business na rin. Blogger, influencer, they're using camera all time to produce quality and persuasive content to their audience and earn some money. So, meaning to say, it's very impossible to survive in this digital era without the understanding of using these cameras. So, if you want to become a freelancer, you have to understand what camera to use. I'm talking freelancer here as photographer or videographer. Creator as a content creator itself, katulad ng ginagawa ko. Again, freelancer is someone who do job or service job for their clients. Other bunch of choices, lot of brands, lot of models that confuses us whether we have to choose this camera or this one. So, I'll be biased here, guys, since I am Sony user. Most of my idol photographer, videographer are Sony user also. I'll be recommending Sony product. This is for non-pro or professional videographer, even photographer. So, I've already used brand katulad po ng Canon, Nikon, Fujifilm. Sa katotohanan nga, meron ako ditong Fujifilm X-T4. And the camera I'm using is the a6700, which is Sony. And for those who are asking, ano yung camera na ginagamit ko for my vlog, I'm using both of this camera. But right now, yung ginagamit ko is a6700. Siguro yung mga tatlong vlog na nauna, ito yung ginamit ko, X-T4. Ano ba yung kailangan brand or what kind of brand you're going to use? So, depende sa inyo kung anong klase brand yung gusto ninyo. Pero, sinasabi ko sa inyo na ang Sony for me is a user-friendly. The interface of it, yung taste ko talaga is for Sony kahit meron akong Fujifilm. Pero syempre, depende pa rin yun sa inyo. Pansinin nyo, makikita mo yung quality at saka hindi quality na video kasi nakadepende siya sa camera na ginagamit. Kapag cellphone, goods naman yan for beginners and aspiring content creator or freelancer. But hindi natin madideny na kailangan talaga natin ng good performing camera for quality output. Kasi as a consumer, gusto ko kung ako makakapanood, gusto ko yung mapanood is yung mga quality na videos, lalo na ngayon sobrang competitive lahat. Halos ng tao, may mga camera na sila. And guess what? Marami kumikita kung meron kang camera at marami kang chance to earn money or even to build your personal brand if you have this kind of camera. Pero don't confuse that I'm selling this camera because I'm not an affiliate for this one. Pero I'm just telling you that the importance of having a camera if you are content creator or freelancer photography. So right now, we're going to talk about the difference between DSLR and mirrorless camera. So I'm assuming na I'm talking to a beginner or completely don't have any idea about this stuff. And if you are aware of this, thank you for choosing to stay. So I'll be comparing this because meron silang kanya-kanyang strength and weaknesses. And ikaw lang makakapagsabi kung ano mas gusto mo, kung DSLR ba or mirrorless camera. So, ano ba nga ba ang DSLR? Ayan, nandiyan na po sa screen. And ano nga ba ang mirrorless? Ayan. Yung DSLR lang, ang nakita kong difference, mukha kang professional because of that. Bulkier siya because of may mirror siya sa loob. Pangalawa, meron siyang optical viewfinder. Kumpara mo sa mirrorless camera, electronic viewfinder yung meron sa kanya, which makes the mirrorless camera more smaller and compact. Yung negative or disadvantage niya, masyado siyang mabigat. At karaniwan sa mga DSLR is old na yung autofocus niya. So, delay. Yun. Medyo delay na. Wala na rin siyang ganun ka modern features katulad nga ng face detection, animal detection, human detection, etc. At saka kapag ginagamit mo yung DSLR camera, medyo mas masamok siya or noisy. Marami siyang vibration because of the tickling inside the mirror. So ngayon, mirrorless is pinakang gusto ko is doon yung compact and lightweight. Kung ikaw ay hybrid shooter, pag sinabing hybrid, nagpo-photo ka at the same time nagvo-video ka, mas gusto mo yung flexible ka. So, hybrid shooter ang tawag doon. Easier to carry around. Kahit saan ka pumunta, mas madali siyang dala-dalahin. Silent shooting siya kasi nga wala siyang mirror slapped inside of the camera. And meron siyang advanced feature for autofocus system and in-camera feature. Ang disadvantage niya lang is karaniwan is short yung battery life most of the mirrorless camera. Pero depende pa rin dahil sa advanced na mga ginagawa na ngayon. Pero yun lang, mostly or majority. Bulkier and smaller and compact. It's your choice kung anong gusto mo. Quick specs you have to consider when choosing a camera. Tatlo lang yung kinu-consider ko. So, sobrang dami ng specs ng camera, malulula ka. So, first, para sa akin is yung resolution and yung FPS. So, resolution, syempre, nakadepende dito yung quality ng magiging output mo sa resolution. Pangalawa, yung frame rate per second, kung hanggang saan yung kaya ng frame rate per second ng camera na yun. So, gibigyan lang kita ng very, very light idea about sa resolution. So, resolution ng standard natin is 1080p. Yan ang standard for full high-definition HD. Better na to for social media uploads and even professional using ginagamit din nila to. Pero 2K resolution mas higher siya sa 1080p. Ginagamit siya for wedding, professional production, katulad ng wedding, events, 2K, it's good. And lastly, yung 4K, para sa mga filmmaking, sa movie, ayan, pwede natin yung gamitin din sa mga wedding. Pero kung beginner tayo, pwede natin gamitin 1080p or 2K kung medyo confusing yung 4K sa inyo. Mahal kasi ang mga camera na may 4K. 1080p pataas, that's the standard. So, bahala na kayo mag-decide. Sa FPS, this is the critical part. Gusto natin yung medyo slow motion. And yung pagka-slow motion niya, hindi siya blurry or medyo pangit tingnan. Kailangan natin consider yung FPS or what we call frame rate per second. Mas ideal kung kaya ng camera yung 60 FPS to 120 FPS. Super slow motion ng 120 FPS at good na yun for video production, for professional production. Di naman tayo siguro gagawa ng Hollywood movie, no? Kaya goods na kung may 120 FPS ka. And pangalawa kong kinukonsider yung size and weight. Ako kasi videographer ako and mas gusto ko kung hindi mabigat, lalo na't pandak at maliit akong tao. So I consider the weight and the size, kaya nga hindi ako gumagamit ng DSLR camera. Mas gusto ko yung mga mirrorless na camera dahil compact sila. Kung mirrorless camera yung bibilhin mo, nakadepende pa rin siya sa sensor type. Meron tayong dalawang uri ng sensor, no? Full frame tsaka APS-C. So sa full frame, ibig sabihin, mas malaki yung sensor niya, mas mataas yung quality ng picture or video output niya. Ang tendency naman, mas malaki yung camera, mas mahal yung presyo, mas mahal din yung presyo ng lens. PSC naman, ang tinatawag nating crop sensors camera, is mas maliit, mas magaan, mas mura yung body, at mas mura din yung mga lenses. Kung magkukumpara tayo ng dalawang lens from APS-C to full frame camera, yung 35mm f1.4 ng APS-C is nagkakahalaga lang ng 16,000 kumpara mo sa 35mm ng full frame na nagkakahalaga ng 35,000. So, ganun siya. Kasi mas gumagamit siya ng malaking sensor, mas kailangan niya ng quality na lens. Mas nagiging akong creative kapag magaan yung camera na ginagamit ko. Unlike mo sa full frame na naranasan ka na magkaroon ng full frame yung A7 III, binenta ko rin agad kasi mabigat. And lastly, syempre yung budget, you have to consider what kind of camera, depende pa rin sa budget mo. Kasi pwede kang bumili ng pinakamagandang camera kung wala ka namang budget, hindi pa rin siya good, syempre. Okay, and lastly, what type of business you can start? Freelance photographer or videographer. So in the Philippines, we have the wedding or event photographer and videographer, portrait photography, school portraits, drone service, documentary, and even you can start to build your own studio. And syempre, you can be a marketing photographer. So more on commercial, food, even portrait, fashion, anything that is in demand right now. Alam ko, lahat yun is connected to a camera. Kailangan mo ng good performing camera. So, I'm just going to show you the unboxing na ginawa ko for my A6700. Okay guys, so there you have it. I am very grateful na makapag-share ako about sa all-in-one camera na you can use for your freelancing career or for your content creator's career. I hope to see you in my next vlog. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Peace!